Alright, hey guys, Only Gamer here. So, the other day I put a poll up under the community tab of my channel, basically saying, that I was, basically saying, yo guys, I'm gonna do another collection video soon, but I want you guys to decide what, series you want me to do a collection video for. And, as you can see, I gave you guys the option between, Battlefield, Dynasty Warriors, Burnout, Spider-Man, or others, and I told you at least some suggestions. And as you can see, Battlefield won the vote, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So yes, as you can see, today I'm going to be showing off my Battlefield game collection. Now, obviously I haven't played every single Battlefield game. I've got pretty much all of the console ones. Pretty much all of them. In fact, I've actually got every Battlefield ever released on the Xbox 360, and I've almost got every Battlefield ever released for the PS4. I'm just missing Hardline, the PS4 version of Hardline. But yeah, so this is my Battlefield game collection. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy. So again, as I usually do, I put them in order from oldest to newest. And of course, we're going to start with the Xbox 360, and then we're going to talk about the PS4. So starting off, we have Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. This game was pretty interesting. It was a console spin-off to Battlefield 2. Battlefield 2 was actually like one of, if not the very first, like modern era, well, at the time modern era, military first person shooter. It predated Call of Duty 4 by about 2 years, but that was of course, well, the original Battlefield 2 was exclusive to PC, but Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, despite sharing the same name, is actually a completely different game to Battlefield 2 on the PC. This was also on the PS2 and original Xbox as well. In fact, that's when it first came out on those systems, and they eventually released an Xbox 360 port, which is what I've got here, as you can see. Unfortunately, I don't have the manual for my copy, but there's a disc. I'll be honest, when I first got this, about almost 3 or so years ago, when I first played it, at first I didn't like it because the controls were a bit, the controls do take a bit of getting used to, but yeah, so when I first played it, I didn't like it, but then I popped in again and played it for a second time, and I actually ended up really quite enjoying it. In fact, I'll even say this game is a hidden gem. Like, honestly, like the controls may seem weird at first, like for example, to aim down the sights, you have to click down on the left analog stick, but once you get used to the controls, it's actually a really fun game. Alright, next up, Battlefield Bad Company, which came out in 2008. This is the classics version. As you can see, this was actually originally my dad's, and then he gave it to me. So yeah, Battlefield Bad Company. Of course, this game has a huge cult following. A lot of people, really like the Bad Company games. I'll be honest, I haven't really played much of this. I did quite enjoy from what I did play, but yeah, I played very little of this. In fact, I think I've only played this like once, like 2 or so years ago. I can't exactly remember, but it is complete, as you can see, and even comes in the Xbox 360 Classics grey case. So yeah, I need to give that another shot at some point. And I believe as well, this was like one of the first games to use the Frostbite engine, like the very first iteration of Frostbite was used in the original Bad Company. Alright, next up we have Bad Company 2, which came out in 2010. Bad Company 2, I played this one a bit more than the first one, and I actually enjoyed this one more than the first. Yeah, again, I really need to play this again, same with the first one, because I heard a lot of really good things about both Bad Company 1 and 2, but I just haven't gotten the time to actually, sit down and play it. It's complete, as you can see. But yeah, but I did enjoy from what I played of that. Alright, this one was for a while my favourite Battlefield, Battlefield 3, which came out in 2011. This one I really enjoyed. This one I played quite a bit. I played more than the Bad Company games. Yeah, this one I really enjoyed. Although one thing I need to know is that when I play Battlefield, I actually don't play Battlefield for the multiplayer. I'm one of the few people on the planet who plays Battlefield for the single player. I know, but that's just, I like playing single player games, so, and the Xbox 360 version of Battlefield 3 actually comes on 2 discs. So the first disc has the actual campaign on it, while the second disc has the multiplayer plus some HD content. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but one thing I find weird is that Battlefield 3, as far as I'm aware, at least the Xbox 60 version, doesn't seem to actually have a manual. I mean, I've got like these advertisements for like probably expired code for like DLC and stuff, but as far as I'm aware, I don't think the 360 version of Battlefield 3 actually came with a manual, which is weird because like Battlefield 4 and Hardline on the 360 had an instruction manual. So, and right, so next, Battlefield 4, which came out in 2013. This was also originally my dad's. Battlefield 3 I brought out CEX, but Battlefield 4, just like the two Bad Company games, were also from my dad. I remember my dad actually got this from a car boot sale. I think he played it once and then just like never touched it again. And in fact, the Xbox 60 version of Battlefield 4, I remember I played this like once, maybe twice, and I remember like the last time I played this on my Xbox 60 was back when I was still using composite cables. I mean, I use HDMI, I use HD cables now for my Xbox 60, but back when I first played this, I was still using like composite cables, and I remember I could barely see a thing. Like, it was so dark, like on my TV, and so blurry, I could barely even see anything. But and just like with Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 also has 2 discs for the Xbox 60 version. However, for Battlefield 4, I believe, yeah, if I remember, for Battlefield 4, the first disc is, you know, installing the game onto your hard drive, and the second disc is to actually play it. But Battlefield 4 is actually my new favorite Battlefield. You know, Battlefield 3 was originally my favorite, but then I replayed Battlefield 4 when I got it for the PS4, and that ended up being my new favorite. And the last Battlefield game ever released for the Xbox 60 is Battlefield Hardline. Yeah, remember this one? This came out in 2015. Battlefield Hardline was interesting, you know, because it was made by Visceral. I think that's how you say their name. The guys who made Dead Space. And yeah, and because of that, it's completely different to like the previous Battlefield games, because obviously it's got a cops and robbers theme to it. Not many people like this game. I think it was pretty good, honestly. I mean, it's not my favorite Battlefield, but I thought, you know, it was interesting. Although it could have easily been its own IP, to be honest. I mean, it didn't really need to be a Battlefield game. And just like with Battlefield 3 and 4, it also comes with 2 discs. Disc 1 is the single player, and Disc 2 is no wait. Disc 1 is the install / the multiplayer, and Disc 2 is a single player. Sorry, but yeah, that was a pretty fun game. Alright, now for the PS4, we got the PS4 version of Battlefield 4, which I only got a few months ago for my birthday. If you guys remember, the video I did for my birthday, yeah, this is one of the games I got for my birthday last year. And yeah, so when I first played Battlefield 4 on the Xbox 360, again, I couldn't really like see most of the game because like it was so dark on my screen. But then I replayed it when I got it for the PS4, and this is when it ended up being my favorite Battlefield game. I love this game. I mean, it is a pretty hard game, but yeah, I absolutely love it. You know, there's a disc. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. You know, yeah, I can definitely see why most fans agree that this is the best Battlefield. I could definitely see why. Right, next up, Battlefield 1, released in 2016. Battlefield 1 was interesting. Battlefield 1 is like the only like World War 1 first-person shooter I'm aware of, you know, because there's been like tons of World War 2 first-person shooters, but surprisingly there's been like virtually no like World War 1 first-person shooters except for Battlefield 1. It's like the only World War 1 FPS I'm even aware of. But yeah, this game looks absolutely beautiful, by the way. I have to admit, this game has some absolutely gorgeous graphics. You know, I would say one of the best looking games on the PS4. You know, even on the base PS4, it still looks amazing. You know, even now. You know, really solid game. I would love to see like a Call of Duty game take place in World War 1. That'd be quite interesting, because that's like one of the only settings that Call of Duty's never done is World War 1. And last but not least, we have Battlefield 5, which came out in 2018. This is currently the newest game in the Battlefield series. Yeah, this one not many people like. This was the series return to World War II. And yeah, it plays very similarly to Battlefield 1, and it even looks quite similar. Yeah, I think I've only played this once, if I remember. I mean, it's not a bad game, you know. I mean, you know, it doesn't deserve. I personally think it doesn't deserve all the hate that it gets. But yeah, I need to replay this at some point. You know, I've been meaning to replay this for a while now, so I'm gonna make sure I do that. Anyway, guys, that was my entire Battlefield game collection. You know, let me know in the comments, like, what is your favourite game in the Battlefield series? You know, what was the first Battlefield game you played, and how many Battlefield games do you own? You know, I'll be very interested to know. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Another thing I want to mention as well is that I'm going to be posting a lot more stuff on the extra channel within the next within the next few weeks, or even a few days. I want to post more on the extra channel. I'll still try my best to post more on the main channel, but the extra channel, there'll be more frequent uploads on there. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and peace.